As she reaches the sliding doors, she remembers, stops, looks around apprehensively, nervously. Judging eyes are on her. Needs must, she thinks to herself, hand in pocket, nothing. Overladen handbag is swung around from back to front and furiously rummaged through until at last she finds it, her favourite mask. Triple cotton layered for best protection. That's what the label said. She remembers because it reminded her of a feminine hygiene ad. Deed done, her mouth and nose covered, she is finally free to enter the supermarket. Eyes no longer on her, her compliance has rendered her safe from the shaming of strangers. 4 aisles in, and a realization dawns that this mask has its perks as she eye flirts outrageously with the hunk in milk and dairy. Unencumbered by identification worries, unbothered by her lack of makeup, covered and unknowable, she begins to feel a freedom, a superhero with an invisibility cloak kind of freedom. Her pace quickens. The trolley wheels clunk, 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 clunk until optimum speed is reached. She leans on the handle, raises her feet from the ground and glides past the tinned peaches. 5 seconds to regress from 45 to 5 for the whole world, including the supermarket, to become her playground. Why was I so down on this at the door, she ponders. Then, reality. A small child, an actual one this time, runs past deep into the busy aisle, throws himself on the floor and tantrums like no tantrum seen before. An impressive performance that sprays his emotions out for all to witness. She feels a pang of jealousy. He is unmasked and unconstrained. Not so for his harassed and horrified mother, who can do nothing to stop this show, and so bows her head down, eyes to the floor, and repeats, "I'm sorry, God, I'm so sorry," like a tape stuck in an old worn hi-fi. She tries to meet this mother's eyes, smile, let her know it's fine. She understands, she's been there. But her words are muffled and her body language lost in mass translation. And so the mother stands alone, an island in a sea of mask-tutting, eye-rolling disapproval, unable to identify the invisible bridge of empathy that could have connected her to an ally and safe haven. Performance over, the weekly shop dulls back to its mundane routine, soulless, airless, until finally it is done. She exits back through the sliding portal doors, whipping the mask off as soon as she can to free herself from its suffocations and to taste the cool, sunshine-filled fresh air. Our masks today are visible, physical, tangible. We wear them for safety, for others and ours, yet we know instinctively that despite their merits, they are flawed, transitory, something that should ultimately be removed. But what of our invisible masks, the ones we wear daily and never take off? How much are they suffocating us? Myths began as a way to pass down wisdom from elders to youngers, from those who did know to those who did not. They told the history of something, explained a natural or social phenomenon. They were, in essence, grounded in truth, embellished, yes, as all stories are, to make them memorable and understandable, but done so for safety. Because that's what ancient wisdom passed down ultimately is, an attempt to keep a loved one safe, like a tangible mask in a pandemic. When based in truth, a myth is a wonderful thing, a handy reminder of when to apply caution and for how long, shepherds in their red skies. But what of the other myths, the widely held but false ones, the invisible ones? We know them, even if we haven't really thought about them much. The perfect body, the perfect marriage, the perfect home, the perfect family, the perfect lover, the perfect job. Very all-inclusive is your perfect myth. Success brings happiness, great art is born through great suffering. In order to win, someone must lose. These myths are everywhere and we wear them daily. In every smiling, "Oh, I'm fine, thanks," when we're dying inside. In every, yes, yes, of course, I've totally got the time, crumbling of boundaries. They are in every judgment of another when we overlay the myth of our rightness, the myth that there is only one right way, and please, God, let it be my way, because otherwise I'm wrong and I've fucked up and I've failed and I'm not perfect. And then what happens? What will that mean for me and my safety? That is, after all, why these false myths permeate so well. Their aim is the same as the true myths, the alleviation of fear and the securing of safety. The greatest lies are the ones told so close to the truth. And so we gather up our myths in our invisible masks and we wear them tight. We hold on to the fleeting moments of eye flirtation in aisle 4 and the playful trolley glide past the canned goods, thinking, believing, hoping that these brief moments of joy are proof that our masks work and that the fake myth might in fact be true. We pick them up so young that we don't even remember that we stopped apprehensively at the door, unsure we wanted to put them on in the first place. And we never take them off to know and feel the sweet relief and freedom of the fresh, clean air. I wonder what would happen if every day when we take off our physical masks, we try to willingly shed some of our invisible ones. What if we played myth like we used to play I Spy as kids? Like when your mate says, no, it's totally fine. I mean, after all, nothing in life that's good is easy. And you gently put your hand on hers and call myth. Or when you prepare the Christmas dinner and burn the turkey and your inner voice declares that that's it, the whole of Christmas is ruined, and you catch yourself, whisper under your breath, myth. And when you see the children tease and say, boys don't wear pink, you smile, look them straight in the eye and say, myth. Over the weeks, you lift the veil of invisibility lightly, kindly, playfully, by spotting and calling out all the myths, until you can stand back and laugh at the sheer ridiculousness of the volume of it all the myths you have carried, all the invisible masks you have worn, and in finally seeing them and symbolically removing them, you realize you have blown apart the limitations that had previously bound and suffocated you. I'll start. You have to do it all on your own. Myth. People don't change. Myth. Weapons are more powerful than words. Myth. Your voice and your actions won't make a difference. Myth. Your turn.